dog's cool enough? Good girl, Luna. You're pretty, my little old lady. Alright. I gotta blow my nose. Good boy, Tuck. Little old man. My belly's full.
Oh, wow. That's good.
How you doing, Mom?
I'm hanging in there.
Are you content? Me and Mom rode down to the post office to get this out of the post office, and then did a quick drive through town, and then by that time we're like, let's go home. We don't want to be out no more. There's 2 people here. Why, like, I don't understand why so many people are in this half-horse town. And once you do everything, that sums up about, what, 3 days, you know? Could be on your way.
Yeah, on your way.
I'm gonna eat my candy. The caramels.
Caramels?
People shoot shit in their arms and do all kinds of. This is the only medicine I do. The power of the caramel. I meant to eat these before I started. I got me a new backpack so I can take me and Retta on day trips and put all of our loot. This thing is pretty rad. I'll not be putting the skateboard in there. I put a pair of shoes in there though, as a bag, but it has all kinds of cool stuff. It's getting crazy in the world, Mom. My whole life you said they're gonna start getting violent. They're starting to get violent. There's a school down in Albuquerque. This state gives me so much content. What people, all I gotta do is talk about with what people choose to do with their free will. 2 kids. I don't think either of the kids were students at the school. But the resource officer did a great job and handled the situation. But there were 2 youths down in Albuquerque that brought pew-pews into a school.
Wow.
Guns. Firearms.
Firearms. Oh.
I just looked up what I need to do to buy a firearm. I got my concealed carry in Nebraska some years back. And they said you have to have a 10-day waiting period, or a week, a 7-day waiting period. Which was from the day that I looked that up like 3 days ago. And then the next day I woke up and they're like, it was reversed. You can't do that. So I guess I don't need any kind of to get a firearm. So I'm considering it because people are just crazy, dude. I went in to the store this morning and it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was pretty early. And I'll go on the main stretch to a certain point, and then I'll go off onto one of the side roads because people on the way to the work, they all got the zoomies. And this fucking asshole in this Jeep, like it was a Cherokee, and it just came, like, I couldn't see the front of their car because that's how close they were. I'm in a Suburban, dude.
Suburban.
So if you want to play bumper cars with a 93 Suburban, let's go. And then when we get over on the side of the road, I'll be all, heaps of creeps drive Jeeps. Like, why do people, they don't value life. That's what I see. It's a collective thing. People just don't value life. They think they're going to live forever. I used to think that at some point. And I had like 5 near-death experiences before I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Because I would make bad choices. Because I was experimental. I just wanted to see how shit would work. Hey, what's up? And that shit, like, would almost kill me. Fucking, like, I've had so many, like, fatal destination, like, final destination moments. One time I was in the Air Force. I was on the flight line and it was winter. And sometimes when the weather's inclement, you have to have a driving buddy. You can't drive by yourself. But this was not one of the times. And I got so good with the pintle hook and backing up and, like, judging distance and things like that, that I could back up and then, like, put the pintle hook right down. The pintle hook goes on the tow bar and then it comes down like that, and then you latch it. And then you take the shit to the aircraft. That's what my job was. And then Hawk one day had a fucking extra step added because he didn't latch it. He left it up. And then he went on and started towing shit. And then he went to turn and the row of heaters went into the aid shop. And he went one way. I did. So then from then on, you had an extra task. And they drilled holes in all the pintle hooks. Then you had to put cotter pins in there to lock them down too. Bullshit, just because you couldn't fucking fess up. If you want to. I don't, hey, I'm just here to tell stories. Whether people sub or don't, that's a decision on you. I'm not here to sway nobody. I just am here to tell stories. So, this one time it was winter and I got out of the truck and I was pulling on the tow bar because the front wheels were stuck in ice. And so I was trying to loosen it up and I fucking stepped on basically a puddle. Oh, I don't know what that means. Freaking, my feet came out from under my feet. And the pintle hook came down and landed, or the tow bar came down and landed like that on the pintle hook. If I was a half inch off, it would have crushed my skull. Those things are 125 pounds. I know some chick that was in motor pool. That's what her job was in the Army. Like, she got motor pool. So, like, when the cars broke, we take our shit up there. Like, hey, put an oil in it. We're age, you know. Those guys would get real cocky. I'd be like, what are you cocky about? Your wife don't even like you. Look at your kids don't talk to you. You know, like, what do you act like you're such a big deal for, fly boy? See, I tell stories about how things really are. And I've seen some shit of how things really are. I even took pictures. This is a place, I was in the production March 20th, 2003 of Crete. I got to go to the island of Crete. Here's a picture of that view. It's like Gilligan's Island to me as far as I'm concerned. It's all a production. Like where's the backdrop? We live in the Truman Show. That's from the sun. But this is what war's really about. It's about so people can go out joyriding these and then pay themselves hazardous duty pay. See all these planes? That's what I got to do. I was flight light support. I got the front row seat. All the Hummers that came in, Humvees that came in. They trigger me. Everything triggers me. I get triggered by everything.
Wow.
So I have to be careful about when I go out. I like to keep it nice and light, but people like to fuck with me.
Oh.
And then so I'll fuck with them back. You gotta be careful, because where I live, if they don't like you, and this kid that did this shit, I don't know if anybody noticed this from national news lately, but people are losing their shit. And it's not safe. Like, any town isn't safe. It's not just town where I live. Like, when I lived in Omaha, it wasn't a safe place to live. When I lived in Salem, Oregon, it wasn't. Like, Redding, Cal, like, all the places I've ever lived, they're not safe places to live. That's just spread around more. That's just become more places. More places in Iowa aren't safe. So, like, this dude, freaking psycho that came from, I don't know, North Carolina, one of those eastern seaboard states, probably never was told by his parents in his whole entire life, freaking comes out here and freaking gets pissed at his roommate and then hacks him up and then throws him away alongside Highway 64 like he's trash. And it's just like, people don't have regard for life. It's like, maybe the kid was an altar boy where he lived, but something about Taos people have on their cars. Don't change Taos. Let Taos change you. Fuck no. I won't. Don't worry about it. If you don't know, it ain't for you. I just a frequency. Don't worry about it. Just tell a storyteller. So the guy that made national news, and they still haven't found the chick that they took off the road right across the street from my. Like, the world ain't safe, Kids bringing guns to school. It's just and then okay. But here's a positive thing. This is how I see it changing. Okay, because people like me, because Mom, we had a hard life, right? You had a hard life. But we were always loyal. As hard as life was, as we maintain our loyalty, right? To doing the right thing and not being a scumbag, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, all those things that the Bible talks about that they say, right? So what we did is we learned how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Like utilities. We learned how to be, like we were cold in the winter because we didn't have heat, right? But we could withstand more than most, right? And then, like, in the summer, we didn't have air conditioning when it was 117 out, and I had the chicken pox and, this stuff. And so all these people are now, they're facing situations that have happened before. Are you frisky in your beds? And, nothing on earth that has happened now is nothing that has never happened before. And so these people that have always had all these creature comforts, they're coming up with situations that are very uncomfortable, and they don't know what to do with themselves. I got all kinds of guidance. And the number one thing, you feel bad about your situation in life. Don't worry about it, Emma Walker. You don't need to worry about what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. Have a good day. Go back and watch some of my 2.5 thousand other videos. You come up to speed, and then you can know what I'm talking about. You don't have to interrupt my talk. Like, what the fuck? How about later when you're doing a live, I'll come over and ask you stupid questions, okay? Without looking. Yeah, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Why is it always chicks with double letters in their name? What is it with them? Emmas, Libbies. They're just fucking the same. They're the same. They're the, look at me, look at me. Fuck. I believe in good orderly direction. doing the right thing and don't hurt people. You don't fuck with animals, you don't fuck with kids, so I don't know. I'm not real big on labels. The only label that I identify with is a heyoka, which is a, people refer to, they call us contrarians. We talk about how things could be instead of how things fucking are. In hopes to help transition on how things could be. So there's a dude that's in China, and he lives with his wife, and she's from China, he's from, I don't know, Michigan or something, and so he came across my FYP because China's one place that I've never been. I've never really cared to go. I don't care to travel. I want roots. I've traveled around plenty. I'm looking for roots. I have been around plenty. I want to take all the things from all the places I've ever been and take all the good and then like make a place out of all the good places that I've traveled around and been. But people don't think like that. They think if they go like to, it's like it's a people's zoo. Like they just supposed to, like a life library. You check in and live like them for a little bit while you're like everybody's leaving America because it's a shithole. But they never did anything to make it better. But they sure as fuck contributed to making it a shithole. And then they sucked it dry. So now they're going to other places. So. That's all right. We'll just start over from what's left. And so, moving on. And so, they, what was I talking about? What's she being moany-groany for? What? You're goofy. You're silly, girl. I see you, hear you. Maybe it's that terror because when Tucker sits there, he gets moany-groany. When Vinny sat there, he got moany-groany. So, but so this dude walks through China, and people, Hunan, I think is where he's at, and he answers questions that people put in his comments, and I had no idea how clean it is. There's no drunk people. There's no homeless people. What's the guy's name? Like, it's freaking... And I never would have known if it wouldn't have been for this little device, you know, and my vibrational frequency of my FYP and knowledge, you know. Like, the desire to learn about things. And then he comes across and, like... He just had a baby. They went to a hospital. They were in there like 3 or 4 days. They have a nanny for 40 days, and all this costs like $6,000. Like, you know, and here this whole time I've been worried about, the Chinese are gonna buy up all the fucking let them, dude. They know what the fuck they're doing, because America's administration sure as hell doesn't. They showed like it was like a Friday or Saturday, maybe it was it was like it wasn't a hopping, it was like a Sunday night, it was 8 o'clock, and they had all these people, this guy's just walking through this park, and all these people are lined out, they're all dancing, they're all, you know, it was like a freaking, like a movie, like living in a, you know, like that's what life could be. If the Burrow brats would relinquish some of their control. New Mexico just had an article that they put out, the state in which I live. It was just released. Here's a favorite. Yeah, I put it in my favorites so I could come across it. August 14th this came out. The state's investment accounts ballooned to a record high of $64 billion. That's $64 billion. There's only 2 million people in the whole state. 29% cannot read and write. But they can't fucking figure out what to do with $29 billion amongst 2 million people. I got a whole lot of ideas on what to do. Because winter's coming, so there's a lot of homeless people here, and because laws are so lenient, every time there's a natural disaster, every time there's something that happens in North Carolina, tornado, whatever weird shit that happens, California fires, Oregon fires, whenever there's just, I look at it as like a video game. Whenever they say how many structures were lost, boom, that's how many people have to move from where they live to someplace else. And every time that happens, there's an influx across America. Like, it goes dispersed because people are getting to where they want to be. That means they're leaving where they're at. I have been tracking real estate trends since I was a little girl. And so I'm looking at real estate. I'm trying to figure out, Mom, where do we want to live? Where do we want to live? We drive through northern New Mexico, which is where Mom was born. And then we end up here. So it's like a calling that we got here. And so we end up here, right? And we drive through town. We can't help but want to stay here. Because we love the land. It's the people that are irksome. Which is, because every place I go, the people make my third eye twitch. Because they're the ways that I used to be. Or maybe there's some ways that I haven't yet become. But there are things in myself that I don't like, but I'm surrounded by. Right? Like, I worked so hard. I mean, with my nacho neurodivergence, like, they said I was autistic. Yeah, me and JC, we're cool. Don't worry about it. You don't gotta worry about me and JC. We're pretty close in frequency, huh? Yeah, he got us to where you were born, huh, Mom? Your homeland. Yep. So, that's my mom. I live with my mom. Wave, Mom. She did real good for herself for a real long time, and then a dude slammed her head in a car door, and then so now she needs just help and guidance, and she just needs reminded to do stuff, like she needs to be reminded of stuff, like where the bathroom is. We lived here over a year and a half.
Wow.
The bathroom's right there, and she'll find it in the morning when she's half asleep, but during the day she just don't. So we have to help people. It's how the meek is inheriting the earth, understand? Because there's a lot of people that have kids, 1, 2, 3 kids that don't think like everybody else. Like, you can't train them because they're autistic or they're whatever alphabet suit you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. They're not like everybody else. They're not going to get with the same program that I was able to get with. Like, they can't. The world, I became unemployable in 2016.
Wow.
That's when I figured out, Marge, the world isn't as big as they say it is. There's no way there's 7 billion people on this planet. Because I've been tracking too many of these, because my brain, that is like a computer. And I lived in Omaha. When I lived there, it was booming. Like, like PayPal and Yahoo and all this stuff like that. It was really excelling. And ConAgra and Kellogg, all these big companies were headquartered there. And then the subsidies ran out. And then Chicago started offering all the subsidies. And then, stuff started leaving. It's just how energy fluctuates. And the only reason why there are so many headquarters there is because the people that deemed themselves important in the company, they wanted to live in the Midwest. Right. New Mexico, we can't get doctors. There's no doctors between all the bullshit rules and regulations that the little stupid cousin control freaks put on them. You know, like I'm sure that I'm sure there's people all over the world that would want to live in Taos for like a 2-3 year stint. You know, you could do everything in New Mexico in that 2 years and be like, all right, you know, add to the community, and then go live someplace else. Because human beings are migrational. We're animals. We're supposed to migrate. We're not supposed to just stay in the same place. That's weird. If people want to, that's fine. Why don't you stay and watch all the kids and wipe all the butts and do all this stuff while everybody else is out traveling around, you know, learning better ways to make the community. It's just, baby, are you okay, Mom? You gonna sneeze? Oh, I thought you were gonna sneeze. Me and Mom have played the little role reversal. I'm the mom and she's the child, kind of. Well, not really. She used to say that when I was a little girl, because I used to have better ways to do things. I had better ideas about stuff. And she would be like, I'm the parent, you're the child. And I would do terrible. I would make the worst decisions. I was 2 years old, I put a fishing hook through my tongue. I was just wanted to, you know, I think I'm pretty confident that I hesitated. It was in a past life. I hesitated, and it cost me my life. Whoa. And then so I was born into this life in a high adrenaline environment. Wow. Like I left the last one, and so I was a daredevil. Like I was climbing trees. Where like, should we call the fire department? She's really far up there, kind of thing. Like, I put Mom through the ringer, so the least I could do is give her a little peace, because I didn't, when I was a child, I gave her very little peace, and she got very little peace from, you know, the systems, family court, just bullshit. Like, the woman has been given just a pile of shit in her life. And I know so many other people have too. And, you know, with my placements, I know how to help make people feel better. Because there's so many people are traumatized out here. Just from being neglected. Just from, like, I can't tell you how many times I've had the thought process of, like, okay, they told me to do all of these things, and I did all these things, and I'm still not good enough to keep off the streets. And then so I know other people are thinking that. Hey, look at you looking at me. now my train of thought derailed. So, hey, if you, well, let's see. I put my account kind of on lockdown because of security, like IT stuff. And so, but if I get your address, send me another heart. If I have them in black and white, I'd like to send you a t-shirt. If you could, like, cut it off, like, cut the sleeves off. People have, like, made it half. Like, they've altered it. That don't hurt my feelings. But, and then I could send you some stickers. Mostly people sleep in it because it's a nice cotton. But I want to get it out more. So, and then I got 3-inch stickers that if people come to Taos, I want to do like a conference in Taos. Because people like coming here, and energetically, it's a fucking trippy place. And if you like all the dark shit too, it's one of them places too. Oh, I want to warn people that the fraudulent behavior is coming out. I have a cousin, she's 75, 74, 74. She thought she was getting a job. I wish people would just call me before this shit happened. Oh my God. She calls me and she's like, I think I got this great job. I said, what's the company? I look it up, right? I said, no, I don't think that's a real thing. Because I don't think it's a thing. And then she started thinking about it, and then she started panicking because she's like, I gave him my birth certificate. I gave him my freaking driver's license. Like, this shit's like, people, if you threaten people and they get scared, they disassociate, and then you can just guide them and direct them. My dear sweet little earth angel was at a bank yesterday because people called her and said they were from Chase Bank, that her account was hacked, the FBI was involved, she needed to go to the bank, and then they think it was one of the tellers. Like, they had her at the bank trying to withdraw $30,000. She was trying to do it. Yes, huge scams out there. And I'm just like, dude, but the bank guy came out. She didn't give him any information. And the bank manager came out and let her know that this is what's happening, that this is happening a lot. That's the thing, is like, I have nothing. So people, they come after me. Like, they took my weed plants already. Like, that is the thing that pisses me off the most, because I take the weed and I make cookies and I give it to people in the community for fucking free, and then they get good night's sleep. So I give people a good night's sleep, and then people steal from me because they're a bunch of stupid cousins. And then, but they teach me how to just up my security. But financially, that's why I think it's better to have like $5,000, boom, every first of the month. And I've created a life that but between I've acquired like boom, 5 that like in a 30-day period, right? Like, to me, that is security. To have that, and even if it don't come, I'm a prepper. I've been prepping my whole entire life because I know that these systems were a lie because I was a part of these systems. So when all these guys, when we're having parades for all the hard work and dedication, know that it's more sit around and do nothing and get paid tax-free. I'm for universal. I think every American, even kids being born, you're born, you start breathing, and then boom, like an account for you, $2,000 every month. That's why when kids reach the age, whether they're in the system or out of the system, whether their parents take care of them or not. Because my mom tried to take care of me, but goddamn, the system did not make it easier. Feeding 3, people on $55 a month. She did the best she could. That's why I owe it all to her. So, but the systems pay themselves so much, So I believe that and then even if, so I could have gone to any college I wanted by the time I was 18. And then I wouldn't have had to have gone into the military and do all that stupid bullshit that I had to do. And then I found all this truth, and then I've been telling people the truth ever since. Like, DC is an extension of Hollywood. They're interchangeable. I keep forgetting, but I'm pretty sure they're on the same latitude. You just have one on one side of the country and one on the other. So it's the same frequency. I look at it as all, if you're going to tune into a show, whether it's professional sports or, what a religion, if you're going to dedicate your life more into something else that your heart doesn't want to do, then you're serving a beast system, and it's that system that's dying. So that's all right. Everything has to change. We're just at the end of the cycles. All of them are like lining up. I listen to so many astrologers, and the way I look at it is not every single one has a little bitty piece, right? So you have like, and I look at their forecast is basically how their interpretation of astrology based on their astrology. So basically, I'm looking at a kaleidoscope into their psyche on how they perceive the direction based on where they live, whether it's Vancouver. And I like Lori Lothian. And I listen to astrologers like I couldn't hang out with these guys. These guys are just dudes like I've hung out with before in my life along the way. They're the pros, right? I couldn't hang out with them, yet I value what they contribute to my perception so much that I just can, but it kind of like grades on me to hear them, but it's stuff in me. That's ego shit. That's ego shit. That's my little Marge cheese mo. My little Napoleon. My little short man. I know short man's complex because I got it. That's how I see it. And that's, dude. Mom always says, she compliments me on your smile. And then she does this thing and she goes, don't mess with me. Don't mess with Margie. And I'm like, Ma, they always fucking do, Ma. It's my Chiron and Aries, I swear. It's just, it's kind of making me learn how to be sweeter, you know it? But the thing of it is my face first goes like this. I go out because I'm like trying to calculate, are they friend or foe? Are they fucking with me? Or are they being cool? I keep trying to make friends so they can, it's because of my Gemini, where my G-mini is. I value other people to help me process information. So, but yeah, it's getting dangerous out there, man. It's getting crazy. But I've always had a hard time. I've been put in handcuffs. There's this one time I made it all the way home. I went out drinking with my buddies. I was working in the restaurant at Chevy's. Like, I can't tell you how many times I lost my glasses. Like, I was a bad drunk. So I made it up to the front door. I got dropped off, and the lock stuck. Right? It stuck. When I was sober, I would have a hard time getting in. And so I'm trying to get in, and a freaking RPD, Reading Police Department, RPD, rolled past. They flashed their light on me, called me back down the stairs. I have bad ankles, right? So they called me back down, did the whole, we're going to put you in handcuffs for your safety, for our safety. Like, dude, it's such bullshit. I can't stand the police. And then, so they put me in handcuffs, and I was nervous, right? So I was rocking back and forth, right? So I was rocking back and forth, and then I freaking, my ankle rolled, and I went off. And there was a lady cop on the side, and she just watched and watched me fall flat on my face, right? And then but they just laughed at me. They just proceeded to laugh, and I was like, dude, I was at my house. All they had to do is come inside and ask my roommate. They didn't need to do any of that. But when you got power trippers, it's people that like to trip, like they trip, and then they go home and they say, "Oh, this is what we did at work today." It's just bullshit, right? We fucking bullied this drunk chick. Instead of letting her go inside and sleep it off, ha ha ha, she gets to wake up with a busted up face because we have the power, right? So more people came to do those things, right? And more people have done it, and then America said, well, look, we can do whatever we want. Then they started doing whatever they wanted over there, and now we got to pay for that. And so now America looks like a third world country because we made other places look like a third world country, so. I think a lot of other people are prepping, but the violence is because people are scared and unhinged, and I think too much of society spent too much time playing Grand Theft Auto and shit like that. Because like the way people drive, you can clearly, they don't know physics, so they don't know how easy it is. There was just a 6-car pileup right in the main strip of Taos.
Wow.
This town is too small for that many people to be piling up. Well, you got an itch? You need lotion on your legs? You getting hungry? Alright, I've yammered long enough. I don't remember what I called this talk. I don't know if I talked about what I was gonna, but oh well. I never really do. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a